An Indiana state trooper is under investigation tonight for what some call compromising photos and statements that he posted on the internet. Police say what 13 Investigates found on the officer's personal website is embarrassing and might even be against the law. Investigative reporter Bob Siegel shows you why investigators are looking into the actions of several officers.
This is Indiana State Trooper Chris Pesto in his formal state police photograph. And this is Officer Pesto in a not-so-official picture, having a .357 Magnum pointed at his head, drinking what he describes as lots of beer with his buddies and lewd horseplay. Chris Pesto put his world on display on Facebook, an internet site where Chris and many others post personal pictures and lots of information. Over the past several months, Pesto has used his Facebook page to brag about heavy drinking. He posted pictures of a crash involving his state police car. "Oops, where did my front end go?" he wrote, later telling his friends, "Kiss my butt, not my fault." And he isn't shy about sharing his views of police work, referring to himself not as a state trooper, but as a garbage man who picks up trash for a living. When it comes to people who resist arrest and threaten police officers, Pesto wrote, "Let someone, homeless or not, try to stab me with a pen, knife, spoon, etc. Not only will he fail, he'll probably end up shot. These people should have died when they were young anyway. I'm just doing them a favor."
We've had over 150 crashes from Hamilton County to northern Madison County around the 34-35 mile marker within the last 12 hours.
WTHR interviewed Pesto in December while he was responding to traffic accidents. He was not happy about the icy conditions, and we know that because later that night he wrote on his Facebook page, "Chris Pesto is very mad at whoever is responsible for this awful weather." And now, Indiana State Police may be very mad at him.
There has been an internal investigation initiated.
The state's biggest concern is that Officer Pesto may have been Facebooking while you were paying for it. On February 11th at 2 a.m., Pesto was supposed to be on duty when he wrote on his Facebook page, "Chris Pesto is not working in the rain." On February 19th at 3:22 a.m., while working his overnight shift, he logged onto Facebook and wrote, "It's cold and snowing and I can't possibly work in these conditions." And on November 28th at 1:20 in the morning, the officer was supposed to be on duty when he wrote, "Chris Pesto is keeping the mean streets of Fishers safe and free of trash." A friend quickly responded, "How are you keeping the streets safe if you are on Facebook?"
That's a clear violation. We know that right off from the bat. When they're working, that's exactly what they're supposed to be doing, is working.
Pesto isn't the only one who is now facing possible punishment. The man holding the gun to his head, well, that's another police officer. Andrew Dedish works for the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department, and officials there are not happy with this picture.
We're trained. We don't point firearms at anything we don't intend to shoot.
IMPD Sergeant Paul Thompson says Dedish is now under internal investigation because pointing a gun at someone is against state law, and because he says a police officer should know better.
Well, it's embarrassing. We're always under public scrutiny. We hold a position that's a trust to the public, and you're expected to act accordingly.
Officer Pesto did remove his Facebook page from the internet late yesterday afternoon, but not before 13 Investigates, state police, and IMPD had a very good look at it. I'm told both officers will remain on duty while their departments conduct internal investigations, and those will probably take several weeks. Now, police say it's a powerful reminder to all of us. Don't put anything on the internet that you wouldn't want to see on the 11 o'clock news. I'm Bob Siegel, Channel 13. Eyewitness News.